opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of the station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.
Do not attempt to recreate any of these moves at home. The wrestlers featured in tonight's Gold Dragon wrestling match are professionally trained athletes. This program contains scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome back to ringside at Gold Dragon Wrestling. I'm Bob Leonard, and my table mate here, J.S. McStrongarm. We're going to bring you some wild action tonight. We have Principal Richard Pound and Dusty Lamborghini, a real high flyer, in the semifinal, one of the two semifinal matches in the Gold Dragon Championship Tournament. It's going to be a bit of a classic confrontation. The young tiger, the high flyer, against the old pro.
You're absolutely right, Bob. Now, these two guys, they actually have history in each other. They've faced each other a number of times before. Principal Pound and Dusty Lamborghini don't particularly care for each other. In fact, we had the Gold Dragon Cup tournament not too long ago, and they were the two men in the finals, and Dusty Lamborghini was the one who came out on top. So Principal Pound really has something to prove to Dusty Lamborghini here, to prove that he can beat him in a tournament situation, to prove that he can get to that spot where he gets a chance at that Gold Dragon Wrestling title.
Oh, he certainly does, and let me tell you, I've known Principal Pound for a long time. He has a long, long memory, and something like that happens to him, he doesn't forget.
Now, I had a chance to talk to both of these men earlier today, and here's what they had to say.
Principal Pound goes on to the second round of the tournament, and he'll be facing high flyer Dusty Lamborghini. Principal, what's in store for Mr. Lamborghini?
Mr. Lamborghini and I have some history, and Mr. Lamborghini is going to find out that Principal Richard Pound never forgets. It was a few months back that Dusty Lamborghini stole property of Principal Richard Pound, and that was in the form of a trophy that should be on my mantelpiece. But that's fine, because I've had underachievers like Dusty Lamborghini before. I've had them in class, I've had them on the playground, and I treat them all the same because they're underachievers. They need to be taught a lesson, and that's exactly what's going to happen in this ring tonight. Dusty Lamborghini is going to be stretched from pillar to post. He's going to cry like a little baby. He's going to go home tonight to his mommy and say that I should have some alphagetti because I was a bad boy in class. But this is my classroom. This ring is my classroom. And I am a champion, and Dusty Lamborghini is an underachiever, just like you are an underachiever, just like everybody at home is an underachiever. And now tonight, class is in session. Dusty Lamborghini is going to get beat, he's going to get hurt, he's going to be taken to the hospital, and Principal Richard Pound will be held victorious once again.
Can't make any mistake there. He's a very, very confident man. Now, next question. Do you feel you can make it all the way to the end, no matter which of the possible opponents here you have to face beyond Dusty Lamborghini, if you should beat him?
To be in this business for 29 years, you got to be confident. I am confident. I am a champion. I am a physically specified champion. And by that I mean it's my destiny. It is my destiny to be the GDW champion, and it will be done tonight.
That remains to be seen. Let's talk for a minute here in the ring at Gold Dragon Wrestling about a good match coming up in the second round of the elimination tournament for the Gold Dragon Heavyweight Championship. That is Principal Richard Pound, and I think we know all about him. He is going up against a very different opponent in Dusty Lamborghini. Dusty's a high flyer, and he's a tough kid. What's your plan of attack for the Principal? He's big, he's strong, he's rough, he's tough. He's not at all considerate.
No, he's not considerate at all. I've been doing this for 3 years, which isn't that long. And I got to say, my toughest opponent so far has been Principal Pound. He's bigger than me and stronger than me, like most guys I face. And the fact that he's got tons more experience than me makes it just a little bit tougher. But tonight, a spot at the GDW Championship once again is on the line. So Pound, I'm coming at you with more than I have before. Watch out.
That's a pretty straightforward statement. I think it tells us a lot about what we're going to see, and I will bet you that the aerial attack will go into full force when Principal Pound is on the other side of the ring and advancing. We'll just hang on and see how that one goes. We'll be back shortly.
From coast to coast, the trucking industry employs 400,000 hard-working Canadian men and women, generating $65 billion annually to support the Canadian economy, and is vital to our way of life. If you got it, the truck brought it. Visit cantruck.com for details.
Do not attempt to recreate any of these moves at home. The wrestlers featured in tonight's Gold Dragon wrestling match are professionally trained athletes. This program contains scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised.
Principal Pound!
Ring-a-ding-ding, and away we go. The Principal, Richard Pound.
Yes, sir. He looks like he's loaded for bear.
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
He is in a bad temper, and he's going to take it out on Dusty Lamborghini. As I was saying, he is in a bad temper.
And Principal Pound not wasting any time coming into this match, attacking Dusty Lamborghini from behind and using that turnbuckle right away on the head of Dusty Lamborghini. These two men, they've had a history, they've had a feud going on back to, well, mid last year when they had a series of matches, and it ended with these two meeting in the finals of the Dragons Cup tournament. Dusty came out the winner of that one, and they haven't seen eye to eye ever since. And this match here, this is to prove who is the better man. This one here is for bragging rights as much as it is for that GDW title.
I think you're right on that one, and Pound is not off to a great start with those 4 trips into the turnbuckle. I would think that is captured his attention a little bit, but he's back in the game here.
And Pound going for a hammerlock. Dusty Lamborghini reversing it. You know, Dusty Lamborghini is a young guy. He's been doing this for about 3 or 4 years, and he's got all the skills in the world to make it. You know, he is a very technically sound wrestler. He has that high fly arsenal that he likes to go to the air, you know, and you never know when he's going to go up. And that's one of the scary, scary things about facing someone like Dusty Lamborghini, is you just don't know what you're going to get each time you face him.
That's right, and The other thing combined with that high flying is he is not at all afraid to take a chance.
You know, Dusty Lamborghini going to that head scissors now twice. And the frustration clearly coming out of Principal Richard Pound.
Well, he's out of it.
He's out of it again.
And
there are those basic skills that you learn at every wrestling academy. You know, you got to learn your arm bars, you got to learn your headlocks, you got to learn how to mat wrestle before you go to the air. And Dusty Lamborghini learned all those basics, and then he just took a liking to those high fly maneuvers. And before you know it, he was taken to the air and winning championships. He's a former GDW champion himself.
that's right, he is. Back to that basic headlock that leads into so many other things.
Headlock, pin, one. Oh, and a kick out after one. Another pin, 1, 2, and a handful of tights.
And a handful of air.
Principal Pound clearly not afraid to cut corners.
Oh, not at all.
He's just a man that likes to get things done, and he doesn't care how he gets it done.
No. He will take every advantage that he can of you, exploit any weakness. It doesn't matter to him as long as it gets the job done and gets 1, 2, 3.
You know, one of the things about Principal Pound is he'll make weaknesses. If he doesn't find one and he can't find one, he'll go for a joint, he'll go for a knee, he'll go for an elbow, he'll go for a shoulder, and he'll wear that out until you can no longer use it.
That's about it. Concentrate on one part and wear it down.
Dusty Lamborghini not taking any of Principal Pound's smack. Gave him that hard right hand. And Principal Pound with some grappling, the fireman's carry takedown. These two clearly going hold for hold.
Oh, bad mistake, Lamborghini.
And Lamborghini drops
Never
his
drop
head.
your head.
Stop looking at Principal Pound and the veteran, the wily veteran that is Principal Pound, capitalized. And there is a stiff punch right to the face of Dusty Lamborghini.
Oh, that's one of Pound's very favorite moves. He just locks that head. Oh.
And nails down the back.
Oh, look at this. Half a dozen quick punches into the skull.
Principal Pound using those ropes. Using the whole ring. He used the turnbuckle earlier, using the ropes now. It's not exactly illegal, but you do have that 5 count. And there's that big stalling suplex. And it's not the drop, it's the sudden stop.
It is indeed. And that has taken a lot of the steam out of Dusty Lamborghini. And this knee drop. Right square on the button.
And Dusty Lamborghini kicks out. And there's that chin lock. Principal Pound with a handful of hair. A whip. Shooting star. And kick out by Principal Pound. Oh, and a jumping, diving clothesline, turning Dusty Lamborghini inside out.
It did that. And Pound has got so much beef, about 250 pounds coming in behind that big forearm. That takes a lot of the steam out of a lot of people.
And here he is going for his signature, this pedigree style move. He sinks it in and lays out Dusty Lamborghini, and it's elementary. No, Dusty Lamborghini kicked out, can you believe it?
That'll show you how tough Dusty is, that he can kick out of some impossible situations. Seems to give it that last little burst.
I've seen Principal Pound take many an opponent out with that very move, and Dusty Lamborghini kicked out. There is no quit here in Dusty Lamborghini tonight.
Not at all. No, he's in for the whole fight here.
And he's trying to get this crowd behind him right now.
And he's succeeding. Listen to him.
A couple elbows off the ropes. Oh! And a big knee to the midsection, cutting off Dusty Lamborghini. And another handful of hair by Principal Pound, stalking Dusty Lamborghini. He certainly knows how to slow the pace down. He knows how to take guys like Dusty Lamborghini, the quick pace, the fast pace, the high fly pace of someone like a Dusty Lamborghini, and just stop him in his tracks and bring him down to his level.
He's methodical, and as we've talked about before, he works on the body parts.
Come on, Dusty!
And look at him just taunting Dusty Lamborghini.
Oh,
and there's
that left again.
That vicious throat thrust that he's known for. And here going for a camel clutch.
Look at the bend on Dusty's back there. Just look at that.
Look at, he's got his fingers right in Dusty's mouth. He's gouging at his face. And the referee's not doing anything. What's going on?
Referee, they're giving him a very slow count. One right in front of him, he sees a blatant illegality.
Down from the second rope.
Lamborghini's resilience is
and the referee checking
amazing.
On Dusty Lamborghini. He may have kicked out, but I don't know if Dusty Lamborghini knows where he is.
He's looking pretty befuddled right now. And not even being able to gain his feet.
Principal Pound going back to the top rope. This is very uncharacteristic for the principal to go to the top rope. It looks like he's trying to pull something out of Dusty Lamborghini's book. Oh no!
Look out!
The top rope! And what is this? The principal trying to shake a hand, and Dusty just turns it around on him, a whip, and a big elbow, and a clothesline. Dusty Lamborghini clearly getting some momentum. What is that? And a flying elbow.
Oh, now that confused me.
And 1, 2, and it's only a 2 count.
This boat has got new life to it here. Dusty is just blazing back, and now he's headed upstairs.
And Dusty going for his top rope maneuvers. What's he going to pull out this time? The high flyer taking to the air.
He did it. He made it.
He needs to capitalize. Close hooks the leg. 1, 2, and a kick out by Principal Pound.
That was an amazing big splash. That was 3/4 of the way across the ring. That is a long way to fly.
And Principal Pound, the wily veteran, still tough as ever, being able to kick out. And Dusty Lamborghini going back again to the top rope.
Top again.
And Principal Pound
he's just waiting
not
to pounce.
knowing what's going on. And a cross body reverse, handful of tights, and that's
1, 2, 3. That was it. The force of Dusty Lamborghini's dive carried him right through, put the principal onto the top of him, and 1, 2, 3, and that's all she wrote.
Principal Pound, check mark! Check mark! Check mark!
And And here it looks like the principal, Richard Pound, will be going to the final.
He will be in that big final, and that will be against either Vance Nevada or Agent Red.
That's right, Mr. Beefy Goodness, Vance Nevada, or the Agent R superstar, Agent Red.
I'm your champion!
So, as you stated, Principal Pound is the current reigning Stampede Wrestling heavyweight champion.
He is, yes.
And he's looking to add another belt to his wall of fame.
Never has enough of them. And Dusty Lamborghini looks like one exhausted young man.
A dejected Dusty Lamborghini leaving, but I can guarantee you these two haven't seen the last of each other in that ring. There's heat to settle, there's score to settle between Dusty Lamborghini and Principal Richard Pound.
You're right. Here we are looking at the result of tonight's semifinal event, one of the two in the Gold Dragon Championship Wrestling Tournament. Principal Richard Pound emerging victorious. He more or less slapped Dusty Lamborghini out of the sky and has moved on to the final of the Gold Dragon Tournament, which is coming up very, very shortly.
Well, you're absolutely right, Bob. I mean, Principal Pound took it to Dusty Lamborghini, came out on top, and is going to that final for that GDW title. For Bob Leonard, I'm J.S. McStrongarm. Have a good night.
Do not attempt to recreate any of these moves at home. The wrestlers featured in tonight's Gold Dragon wrestling match are professionally trained athletes.
The opinions expressed on the program you have just watched are not necessarily those of Shaw Cable Systems or of this station. Through our access policy, we provide the opportunity for community groups and individuals to express their points of view.